In this video, I'm going to share my simple trading plan, including my full analysis for this upcoming week on gold, my entries, my profit targets, no matter if the market goes up or down. So make sure you watch until the end because no one is sharing their complete plan like this. This is the actual plan that I trade every single week. My name is LaKiesha. Now let's hop into gold. So when it comes to gold this past week, this was the analysis from last week. And as you can see, price played out like I said. I talked about being more bullish on this particular market than bearish. And you can see that price definitely finished, for the most part, bullish this past week with the exception of this candle. So I only took one trade on this particular market this week, and the trade was here. I actually put in two positions. So one was about a 3.5, and then the other was a 5.1. So ending the week with, what is that, 8.5 RR, which is amazing. And then of course price did all of this. So you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead as we do and remove all drawings. And then let's start on the weekly time frame. Let me scoot all of this in so that way we can all see it. Let me zoom here really quick. All right, so as we can see on the weekly time frame, this week ended bullish. So this is a really good sign for price to potentially go bullish in the upcoming week. However, with trading, there are no guarantees whatsoever. So when it comes to this market, once again, I'm generally bullish, especially because we did close really strong bullish this past week. And here is our previous all-time high at 2483-ish zone, and price has the potential to push up. Obviously, we don't know. That's why we chart. So the first thing I want to mark off here on this chart is get my rectangle, and then I want to actually mark off the previous high. Oh, we got blue today. Let me see if I can switch that back to yellow box. Okay, cool. So when it comes to this, pretty much I want to also mark off this bottom level. So the area below this really strong weekly bullish candle. So this is getting marked off around 2386 area, mainly because these two candles together, a bearish and a bullish candle, even though we're on the weekly time frame, forms a support. So I want to know when price breaks this support on the weekly time frame. Of course, we're going to refine our levels a lot more as we go down in time frames, so that way we don't have these crazy big zones. So right now this is looking good. Actually, let me add just one more level just in case price decides to reverse for whatever reason. So I do want to mark off, let's see, do I want to mark that off? I do want to mark off around 2315. Actually, let me see if I can push this up a little bit. So 2318, so not that much. So basically what I'm seeing here is another support, and then also have this wick right here on this candle. So I want as many touch points as possible on my lines. So that's why I moved it up. And then I'm also going to draw another level here to the downside. Now, I'm not really anticipating for price to come down here, but of course, price can do whatever it wants. So I just want to have a plan. So right here, I've drawn my level at 2292. Mainly because of this support here, and then also we have this wick from this candle right here. So let's go ahead and move to the daily time frame. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can all see it. Alrighty. All right, cool. So here we have the daily time frame, and yes, it does look a little choppy, especially over in this area right here. However, there's some price action that we can make sense of. So one of the biggest things that I see so far, I'm going to clone one of these levels. So the thing that I see right off the bat is this level right here around 2450. We have a nice resistance, and then we also have these two wicks right here that are basically rejection wicks. So I want to put my level right here, and then also I'm kind of debating whether or not, we'll see later, but I was kind of debating whether or not I want to put one at this level as well. You know what? Why not? Let's just go ahead and do it, and we could always remove it. So I'm putting it right here at this resistance level as well. We do have, what is this, between 68 and 83, about 200 pips within here. So that is looking good. And then also, so I drew this level on the weekly. Now that I'm looking at it on the daily, I actually do want to move it down a bit. Actually, let me see. Actually, I want to move it down to right here at 23.55, mainly because we have a candle going through it. We have this rejection. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections right here. And then we also have 2 additional rejections right here. So that's telling me that this level of 23.55 is relatively strong because we have all of this price action within here. Okay, cool. So now another thing that I do want to mark off, I do see a little support here at 23.76. So I am going to mark off this level here on the daily. And I do see some other stuff in here, but I want to go down to smaller time frames to kind of make sense of it. So far the rest of this is looking good. So now let's go to the H4 time frame and reset. Okay, cool. So this was that area that I marked off on the daily. And as you probably remember just a few seconds ago, this was all wick. And now we have actual candles. So I'm actually liking this level right now. I am going to push this up just a little bit to around 24.70. Nice psychological number. So that is cool. And now that I'm looking at this level right here, the one that I drew around 24.55, I'm actually playing around with it, mainly because I do see a lot of consolidation here. And then if I look left, I do see a support. Support was broken, and then it took off to the downside. So what I'm kind of thinking right here is I want to move this over to tap this support. Here's the break. And then we have a resistance here. We have a fake out here. This is a fake out because it came up and came right back down. But then overall trend is bullish. So it did push up, but then it broke it again. So right now, I think I want to leave my level like right here at 23.50 or 24, apologies, 24.50. Mainly because it's looking really good on H4. So I do want to clone, oops, what did I just do here? Okay, so I do want to clone this level right here, and then I do want to mark off this support here, mainly because on this time frame, this is the most recent support that was formed. This is the most recent resistance that was formed. So I'm just kind of looking left. I'm not going to drag this all the way over like I did before, but I'm just kind of looking left and just seeing if things line up. Yes, they do right here. This is a rejection. So, oh, and then also I just saw this. This was a resistance at first because we have a bearish and a bullish, or we have a bullish and a bearish, and then we have a support that was formed because we have a bearish and a bullish because this strong bullish candle. So this is looking really good now. I'm feeling more confident about this level at 24.27-ish zone. And then the rest of this is looking fine. We can see that there's a lot of rejections here on this level. This is still looking good. And all this is looking good. Amazing. So let's go down to H2. So when it comes to this level, is still looking good to me. All of this, we still have this nice support here from the past. This is still looking good. This is a nice rejection. Let me see if I push this up just a little bit. Okay, yeah, I actually like it a little bit better. Moving my level up to, it's still at 24.70, but I want to just have the box right above the bodies of the candles. So this is all a preference. Just know that this is not an exact science. This is art. So when I create this is my artwork. And you could test it out for yourself. A lot of you have told me that you have tried this for yourself. Some of you have actually made money inside of the market. You're understanding your market structure a lot better. So definitely a lot of benefits, and I really appreciate it. It's just something that I do, and glad that it's helping. So just don't beat yourself up if it's not exactly how mine is. So that will come over time. Your own style will come. So anyway, so going back to this, the support is looking good. I am going to move this down just a little bit. It's still around that 24, 27, 26 area. This is looking good. This is looking good. Amazing. Let's go to H1. So now we have to scoot this in quite a bit, because now as we go down in time frames, we have a lot more data to work with. And in this situation, more data is good because the markets can be crazy. So over here, we have a lot of consolidation, but I do like where this is broken, and you can see that I do have a alert for when that all-time high is broken. I don't know if I'm going to actually do anything, but it'll be interesting to see where it lands, and then maybe get a break and retest type setup whenever that happens. So that's looking good. This is looking good. However, I do want to push this level up to around 24.74, kind of 75, mainly because if we look at the top of this most recent resistance level, we can see that there's now 3 candles in the zone. We got 3 wicks in this zone. So I actually like it a lot better up there. And then if you look to the left, we do have 2 rejections in here. We have a whole bunch of consolidation, but this is looking really strong to me now. So looking at this level right here, we did move it because of the support and the break. And then we also have resistance here. We have resistance here. And then we have a clean break to the downside. Let me just move this around a little bit just to see if I like it. Like, let me see. I'm actually thinking about moving it up here. All right. So looking left, I do see some rejections in the zone right here. It's not quite obvious like we do see right here. But one thing that I do like when I'm looking at most recent price action, I do like the fact that there's 1, 2, 3 candles. It's a little hard to see, so let's zoom in really quick. But there are 3 candles right here that are rejecting this level, and then we have a clean break to the downside. It basically took out these wicks and just shot off to the downside. Now, obviously today was NFP, so this is Friday, August 2nd. So there's a lot of volume inside of the market, but it's still looking like a better level for me to mark off because I want to focus on most recent price action. And even though before it lined up perfectly with these things, I want to focus on the most recent. We still do see some alignment right here and with this rejection. So oh, and then right here, this level right here. So I'm still confident in this level at, what is this now? 24.57. So, and if I wanted to, I could even move this a lot closer so that way it touched the bodies of these candles. And then we get closer to 24.60. Which is totally fine too. It really does not matter. I'll just keep it there for right now. And then if we go down to our other levels, then we can see this really big candle. We can see nice supports and rejections. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at this level. So that is a really strong level, as well as rejections going up. So it formed resistance, not once, but twice right there. That's awesome. And then if we go down, let me zoom in a little bit. If we go down to this level that we drew before, we got a nice support here, and we also got a rejection here. And then if we just kind of look left, we do see some rejection within the zone. It's not going to line up perfectly all the time, but we do see some rejection here, which makes me confident in the level. And then also, this is really close to a psychological number of 23.75. Also more confidence. And then right here, we have a support. We have a nice clean rejection. And then this is also really close to the psychological level of 23.50. So overall, I'm really confident in my level placement. And of course, as you go to lower time frames, you can find intraday levels. Now, I'm transitioning more to a swing trader these days. So these levels are cool with me for right now, although we may draw some other ones because I am seeing something now that we're on the H1. All right, so as far as my game plan for this upcoming week, it should be pretty obvious that right above here, this is where I want to see buys. Obviously, there's a lot of space between where price stopped and where this is, so pretty much anything could happen within this section. And then one thing I do want to see as well is pretty much sells below this level right here of 24, 26, 25. Even though this formed an uptrend, the fact that it created all of this bearish momentum, stopped right here, tells me that this is a really strong support. So if this strong support gets broken, then that means that there is a higher chance for it to come down to this level right here. So let's go ahead and mark off some levels, and then I'm going to show you kind of what I'll be looking for on the downside. So pretty much what I would want to see is for price to actually clear this really long wick right here before actually taking sales. Depending on what market or the market looks like in real time, I could make an adjustment. But for right now, based on what I see, I wanted to clear this. So, and then if I'm looking left, I do see a resistance formed right here. And then let me just drag this over. So that is something that I am looking for. Right there. I mean, even this is a nice tradable range. It's 150 pips, which is actually quite a bit. So, this could be tradable. So let's just go ahead and keep that right there. And then also looking left, I do see some market structure. Actually, let me use this. I do see market structure right here at 23.99, really close to 2400, nice psychological level. So if we do look here, we do see some rejections as well. So I'm just going to drag this all the way over. Now, as far as this range goes, I don't know what this is. It is, let's see. Okay, it's about 100 pips. So this is decent. This is in my trading plan. I could definitely trade this depending on what the market looks like in real time. And then, of course, going down from that point all the way down to this level. That's 239 pips. So quite a bit. And then, of course, all the way down here from this level to here. Let me make that straight. And then, oops, wrong arrow. So pretty much this range right below here. Okay, and that's also 200 and something pips. Amazing. So in here, this is a bit of a question mark at this moment, especially because price did close bullish and there's still all of this range here. So one thing that I am seeing, so just to break this down a little bit, I do see a support that was formed right here and then it turned into a resistance. So if I'm looking left, I do see another support that was formed. So one thing that could possibly be done, and something that I'm considering inside of the live market, is let's just say if price comes back to this level, it could bounce up. Or if price comes back to this level, which I would actually prefer because it's actually a stronger level than this one, then price could continue to move up. But like I said, if price breaks this and comes down in this zone, then it could be an opportunity to sell. So pretty obvious, like I talked about before, going from 2460-ish area, about 140 pips, it could come up and retest this previous high. And then this level right here, how much is this? This is 95 pips. This is really cutting it close to my trading plan, but this is a nice range. Although I prefer much bigger ranges. And then let's just scoot in a bit so we can see what happened. Over here, you can see these are rejections of this level. So this would actually be quite risky for me unless there's a lot of volume inside of the market. So let's see. Yeah, so that's looking good to me. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, we don't have a crystal ball, but this is pretty much my trading plan for this upcoming week. And if you haven't downloaded the 54 easy tips to eliminate fear and take profitable day trades, you are definitely missing out because this is an amazing PDF. People have gotten so much value from it, and I've literally received messages from people saying how great it was. So go ahead and check it out, and I'll see you next time.